welcome back to Lily's Lens on Life. Before we jump into today's video, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and check me out on social media at Lily's Lens on Life right here. So you probably clicked on this video today because you are interested in learning a little bit more about safety razors themselves, or you yourself are actually thinking about making the switch to using a safety razor instead of using regular disposable razors. This is actually the most recent swap that I have made in my lifestyle in order to be more low waste. It actually arrived in the mail today. I'm going to unpack and unbox it in this video for you, and we are going to take a look at the razor. I'm going to use it for the first time. I'm going to provide my thoughts and reviews on the razor, and hopefully just provides you guys a little bit more insight into the potential of using one yourself. And fingers crossed that in the process I do not injure myself or cut myself. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit nervous about using it for the first time, but I do believe that it is a better option for me after doing a bunch of research, taking a look at just the amount of razors that I was using throughout a year. I mean, say you use an average of about 3 or so razors a month, that's about 36 razors a year. Not only is this pretty costly, it's also a lot of waste and it's a lot of plastic use as well. When you look at the types of razors that you're using, at least the ones I was using, a lot of plastic was used in the handles, and plastic was even used in the refillable cartridges with the razor blades. So when you're throwing those out every few weeks, it just accumulates to a lot of unnecessary waste over time. If you are looking to go more low waste or zero waste with your bathroom items, of course you can always decide to just not shave at all. That's totally okay, and that is totally fine if that is your personal choice. It's not really for me. I very much like the feeling of smooth legs. I like shaving my armpits. So for me, making the swap to using a safety razor instead of disposable razors is just a better, more sustainable choice that I can make in my life, given my needs and what I would like to do. So when I was starting my research, starting to look into where exactly I wanted to purchase my safety razor from, I did find some really great options in the United States, but given that I'm in Canada, I'm really trying to focus on supporting Canadian-made products and Canadian low-waste shops. So I was really trying specifically to find somewhere in Canada I could order from, just to support local and also cut down on the emissions of the transportation that it takes to actually get to me. I ended up ordering my safety razor from a company called Kent of Inglewood. I believe they're Ottawa based. They have several shops physically in Calgary, Edmonton, Ottawa, and I believe there's a pop-up shop in Vancouver as well. Of course, at this present moment, these front-facing shops are closed, but they are selling online, which is how I ordered mine. And of course, if you are interested in ordering from a Canadian company, they are called Canada's Shave Shop. I will link their shop in the description down below. After I did order my razor, I did receive an email from the company with a little bit of a, I don't want to say warning, but a heads up, I guess, which I actually thought was really, really great and I really respected, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So it said, your order is on its way to you. When you get your shipment, you may notice a variety of materials were used to pack it. We do this in order to reuse every material that enters our shops and create as little waste as possible, while also shipping your purchases safely and securely, so we truly appreciate your understanding. For me, I really appreciate that. It is making sure that your product still gets to you safely and that it's packaged well, but also they're not creating a bunch of unnecessary waste by reusing materials, which is great. So now that we've gone through some of the basics, I'm going to unbox it right now. I think this, if I can even figure out. Wow, okay. Okay, I think we need scissors here. I'll be back. All right, we're back, I got scissors. This look a little smoother now. Okay, so this is my order slip. Thank you for your order, Lily. Happy shaving, from Nathan. And a guide to shaving. So they have a little bit of a welcome book, how to use the razor, some shaving tips. I did see online that people were saying you have to use really short strokes for shaving and not apply pressure. It just kind of glides on top of your skin. So that leads me to believe it's pretty sensitive. So I'll have to be very careful when I'm actually trying it out for the first time. Brown paper packaging, which is easy to recycle or reuse. And so my package actually came with 5 little razor blades, which I didn't know was going to come with my pack, which is great, it's extra. So this is what the razor actually looks like. If you guys can see well. Okay, great. And then I also ordered a pack of 100 razor blades like this. So this will actually, I average it out if I'm going through about 3 razor blades a month, which I might not even go through that. I'm not really sure how long they'll last, but anyways, it averaged about 2.8 years. So maybe 3 years this will last me for. So we're talking investment territory here, okay? Anyways, okay, so I have the razor here itself. It says it's made in Germany, which Germany is known for making quite high quality products, which is nice. So it comes in pieces, which is really great because one of the pros of using a safety razor is that they're meant to come apart. So you can see here, it has several different components to it. It's easy to pull apart, which makes it easy to maintain. So they're actually made to be fixed. So if you have an issue or a broken part or anything like that, then you can, instead of tossing it and throwing it away, you can just get it replaced, or sorry, you can get parts of it replaced so you can fix it so you can keep using it, which is obviously great. I need to figure out how to put this razor together, but I just found the little blade that goes in the safety razor head. So it's wrapped in a thin sheet of paper. And to be honest, these are a lot thinner. I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest, but a lot thinner than I was expecting, that's for sure. So it's quite, sorry, my nails are gross right now, but it's quite small. Again, made in Germany. So I'm gonna figure out how to put this thing together. Okay, so I have actually figured out how to put it together. And I did forget to mention that there's a number of razors on the Kent of Inglewood site. So I specifically ordered one called, I think it's called the Merkur, M-E-R-K-U-R. Anyway, it's got a chrome handle. This is it fully put together. It's only 3 pieces, so actually it's not that scientifically difficult to put it together. I just was putting this on like upside down. Anyways, we're good. I think I've got it together. There's a really nice weight to it. I know that you can get different lengths of handles. This one apparently was supposed to be really easy for beginners and people who've never used a safety razor to use for the first time. It's supposed to be recommended, so I felt like that was me. In terms of using it, we will see how it goes. Again, you're supposed to hold it at a 30-degree angle, so I don't know, I guess I'll figure that out in the shower. But yeah, so in terms of the razor itself, I think it looks a lot nicer. It's definitely prettier than a standard razor. There's definitely, again, there's weight to it. Again, I'm not really sure how that's gonna play into shaving. Maybe it makes it easier. I'm not really sure. It is completely stainless steel, which is nice because when it comes to the end of life cycle for this razor, it will be 100% recyclable, which is really nice. In terms of dealing with blades, the best thing to do is to build yourself a blade bank. So this is what I'm going to be doing. They recommend that you get a steel can, so maybe like a soup can or broth or something like that. And then you'll take an X-Acto knife and kind of almost like a piggy bank type thing that you used to put pennies and change in when you were a kid. Or maybe you still do, that's great. But anyway, so you'll create a little incision on the top of the can, big enough for a razor blade to slip through. And then what you would do is as you're done using blades and you replace them, you place your used blades in the blade bank. And then when it's filled, you put a piece of tape over top, and then you can take that can to your proper metal recycling facility to be dealt with. The thing is that the majority of a lot of recycling plants these days still have people sorting materials by hand. And so you don't want to actually just toss your razor blades in the recycling, because then of course you're putting other people at risk for being injured, which is obviously no good. So we want to avoid that. And so therefore blade banks is the way to go for dealing with that. So now that we've had a little bit of time to go through the unboxing and some first impressions and thoughts on the razor, how to appropriately deal with the blades, let's do the fun part and actually test it out. All right, here we go. Okay, so I'm all set up here. And I'm going to shave my legs for you all with my safety razor for the first time. We'll see how it goes. So I've rinsed water, lathered up a little bit, and I don't know, I'm so nervous. I haven't shaved in a little while, so about 30-degree angle. They said no pressure and short strokes. Oh, that's like, well, it's a very close shave. Okay, so part 2 and part 3 of this whole testing review is not going to be videotaped because it's going to be my armpits and my bikini line. So I'm going to see you guys in a hot sec, provide my overall review of how this whole situation has gone down. And yeah, so see you in a hot sec. All right, I am back, I have survived, and I am ready to report on the trifecta that is shaving your legs, armpits, and bikini line with a safety razor. So one of the things that stuck out to me immediately when I started using the safety razor is that the blade is way sharper than anything I've ever had on a disposable razor. Like not that you get dull blades or anything like that with a disposable razor, but it's just that the stainless steel blade that comes on the safety razor is it just felt way sharper. So it did feel like there was a lot more risk of nicking yourself, so you do have to be a lot more careful, especially when it comes to shaving areas like your ankles or your shins. I did nick myself a couple of times shaving, mostly on my legs and my armpits. Very, very minor, and probably only like 3 total, so really not a big deal. I did notice that I had a couple of ingrown hairs, probably from the last time I shaved with my disposable razor, in my armpits, and so obviously the razor kind of nicked off that top layer of skin, which like kind of to be expected, drew a little bit of blood. Again, no big deal. The thing that I did notice with it having such a sharp blade is it gave me such a close shave. This is hands down the softest and best shave I've ever had on my legs when it comes to using a razor. So that is a huge win in my books. I'm very happy with that. In terms of shaving my bikini area with the razor, you gotta be hella careful. Like really careful. This is something I would probably recommend not just dilly-dallying around in the shower with. Like, take your time and make sure you're doing very, very short and precise strokes. That being said, again, I feel like the closest shave I've ever had in my bikini area, which I'm thrilled about, I think is worth it. Overall, I am actually super happy. I did notice with kind of turning and doing some angled strokes that the head, so if you notice, it twists off like that. So I did notice that it would kind of twist a little bit loose here and there, but it wasn't a big deal. I just kind of took my towel and held the edge. You don't want to hold this side because that's where the blades are, but you hold the outside edge and you just twist it tight again. It wasn't a big deal. I'll probably get better at shaving as time goes on. But anyway, overall thoughts, really happy with the quality, really happy. The weight just felt fine. It was comfortable, short strokes, be very careful, and yeah, that's my thought. So in addition to cutting down on my waste and plastics consumption, I decided to look at the finances behind switching to a safety razor as well. I believe the razor itself retailed for about $55 Canadian. I've seen them anywhere from $40 to $95, depending on the type of safety razor you want to get or how fancy it is. It cost me about $30 for the 100 blades. So in total, that cost me just over $96. Again, it's a much higher startup cost. I find a lot of sustainable swaps, usually the startup cost is more expensive, but in the long term, it ends up saving you a lot more money, which is, to me, the bigger deal. I look at the cost of my 100 blades in combination with the startup cost of the actual safety razor itself. My total came to $96.05 at an average of 36 razors or 36 blades per year, 3 blades per month. That means that these razor blades will last me 2.8 years approximately, and therefore cost me about $34.30 per year. And that includes the actual razor itself too, which will definitely last me longer than 2.8 years according to reviews and research I've seen on how long these tend to last. When I compare that to the standard drugstore pack of razors that I was buying, say you get about 5 5 razors in a pack for approximately $20 or $19.97 I saw specifically online today. That means that you need an average of about 7.2 packs per year, which brings you to an annual cost of $143.78 per year in total, meaning by switching from disposable razors to a safety razor, I will be accumulating approximately $109.48 in savings per year. This might look different for you, and of course this doesn't include razors and things going on sale or whatnot, but for me is the home run of sustainability, lower waste, lower plastic use, and lower cost in the long run. And of course, all of this equals better for my bank account, better for me, and better for the environment. So I am happy with this. I am definitely going to continue to use my safety razor, and I would definitely recommend you guys to try it out if you're interested in it. And maybe it's a little bit intimidating at the start, but I assure you that it is worth it. If you guys have any questions, please be sure to leave them in the comments down below. I will be happy to answer anything that wasn't answered in this video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my video next week. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!